Age of Legends. The ancient land of Britannia awaits its new king. In this proud realm of knights and citadels, every living soul feels that a time of wonders and magic has come. The fairy lords have returned, but even they are swept away by the coming tide of mayhem. Prepare for a war, the like of which has never been seen before. Rule your destiny.
Okay, left that bit in the beginning, it's very useful. Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is, hopefully, I'll explain why in a minute, a full let's play of King Arthur, the role-playing wargame. It's a strategy RPG fantasy game. The developer is NeocoreGames, the publisher is Paradox Interactive. It came out in 2009, it's got mostly mixed reviews and it's currently for $7.99 on Steam. Single player for Windows XP, I think it is, all the way up to 7. Oops. Welcome to the lost age of chivalry, where magic and myth is alive, and you are destined to be one of the living legends, Arthur, the son of Uther Pendragon, the once and future king of prophecies. Fulfill your destiny and claim your rightful place on the throne of Britannia. Now, the reason why I say possibly is because a lot of people, the reason why the mixed reviews is a lot of people say the game crashes, it doesn't save properly. Some people say it doesn't open full screen. Well, I'll explain the options, you just go in there and change it. But we'll see how we go. If it turns out that it does crash constantly, then I'll just make a little review of it, or this will be like an extended review as it were, but we'll see how we go. Now there is a manual, believe it or not. So I've downloaded it. I've got it here on a laptop next to me. It's 62 pages long, and it gets quite in depth, to say the least. And what I'll do is at the on each video, you know, the description, I'll leave a link to the thing. It's on Steam. I'll leave a link to the actual PDF, so you can just you know, view it if you want to figure out what the hell's going on. And it talks about units, heroes, provinces, locations, objectives, quests, seasons, all sorts of stuff. The reason why I've also got the campaign, the manual open, is because I've had a little go of it, the game, test it out and stuff, and I did the tutorial bit literally for about like 5 minutes, and it said to do something. I'm like, oh, what the hell do I do? Usually a tutorial tells you these things. Now I've got in options here. I left this all as is, so you can change this. This is for the movement speed, but you can change that in game. Video, I popped this to this one here. I left these all as is. They say you can just whack these all up, but I just left everything as is. I don't want to mess around with any of that. And audio, again, these were up here. I've dropped them down. I'll put music to about there in a minute. Now, anyone who's watched my channel probably notices I don't play these kind of games much. I'm going to play civs, but nothing like this, and that's usually because I don't normally play them. But I bought an absolute shed loads of games by Paradox years ago, and lo and behold, I thought I'd actually attempt one of them. So we're going to go for it. We'll do the. I'm just looking at not the tutorial, the manual right next to me, guides and everything else. We'll have a look at the tutorial, and we'll go through it like that. Okay, let me put the music up. And like I said, I've got my manual right next to me. I'm not going to print it off. I ain't got the paper to be bothered with that rubbish. So I've just got to kind of remember the things as I scroll through it. There's a lot of blurb in it that you just don't really give a shit about. I mean, it is useful. It's like you know, it talks about seasons and the guide and stuff like that. So here we go. It's a lot of, what do you call it? Okay, whatever. So I'm going to do a new campaign, and let's leave it going. I'm going on beginner because I'm yeah, I'm new. Here we go.
It all began in the darkest years of Britannia, after Uther Pendragon, the last great king, died. It was then that the wizard Merlin summoned the warring rulers from their petty kingdoms. They all saw a great stone, and in the middle there was a sword inscribed with strange letters that said, "Only the true king can pull out this sword." When Arthur, the son of Uther Pendragon, pulled the sword out of the stone, suddenly everything changed in Britannia. In the wilderness, monsters awoke from their sleep. The air crackled around ancient stone circles. Something terrible happened, a cataclysm that changed the land and unleashed the tide of a terrible war. The ancient race of the Sidhe returned from the realm of twilight and thorns. And then came the knights. They were like giants wearing black steel and wielding strange weapons. They were powerful and invincible warriors. They might be the only hope in this age of wonders and mayhem. So begins the tale of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table.
One thing I will say is you don't actually play as King Arthur. You just play as knights. So that's the thing. Although, because I read this in the thing, I was like, well, where do I play as King Arthur? You don't. You just play as one of the knights. And the world is moved.
Sir, I am your foster father,
Ah.
and I brought you up as my own flesh and blood. You are my king, and I promise that I shall not fail you. However, you are still inexperienced with the ways of warfare.
Oh shit.
I would be glad if I could give you advice from time to time.
Please do.
And please accept the sword of my son, your foster brother, Sir Kay, who will be your faithful knight.
So here it is. This is the tutorial. I'm keeping the tutorial on, and it will be slow. So there might be some people out there who play these kind of games all the time and go, "Come on, just get on with it." And it's like, no, I don't play these games. I never have done. So this might. I don't know how long it's going to be. It could be lengthy. It could be short. We'll see. Yeah, so apparently there's chapters, and in each chapter or something like that, there's about like 30 or 40 quests or something. You can do some, you don't have to do some. I was actually reading about it, believe it or not. So that's my army there, and that's, oh, there we go. So there's Sir Kay. I mean, this is literally the beginner's guide, and I'm a beginner, so I'm going to be looking at everything. Morale of the army. So these two, obviously, you need to keep high up. The morale. If the morale drops, then your happiness obviously drops. Strength is thing. Now, these here, these are your footmen and whatnot, and this bit here, this heavy footman, is the reason why it's linked is. It's the ones protecting him. I think it is. I think it's his bodyguards. I'm not going to scroll through all the manual next to me, but that's what you can remove him, put someone else. But you probably want some heavy footmen protecting Sir Kay, and that apparently, if you click on that, that switches the next season. What we got here? So we're in spring. 5,000 gold pieces and 10,000 bits of food. Oh, what we got here? Previous armies next time. Oh, I'll leave that up. I don't know what that means. That's my chronicle. Okay, let's have a look at the chronicle. Okay, so I'm gonna... because I think it's good to read this, isn't it, really, and opposed to just dashing straight into the game. I'm assuming Britannia's Britain, is it not? I, I, I don't know. It must be, but I haven't even heard of this. Let's have a scroll through this, purely because I've got it here, and if I don't do it... And I'm also hoping to play a bit more often, so I'm going to be cranking my way through it, not doing like half an hour a week here, then everywhere. Ah, okay. Just sort this mouse out a minute. Okay. Some way round, is it not? I've heard of Merlin, but obviously not in this way. You get to marry people as well, and you have to sort out food and things like this. There's a lot more involved. Jeez, it's a bit in depth. I remember playing one game. I spent like about half an hour reading a book, because it was a whole book, believe it or not. Oh, we all know that story. If the dog comes down now, he can sod off. Oh, hello. Oh, there's a scrolly bar. Jeez. Where's the cat moving around? Okay, I'm not going to read all that. Well, I have just read all that, so there we go. Okay, so what you can do is you select your army by this way or by doing the circle thing. So I'm going to do it that way. There we go. You can double click it as well. I thought there was somebody walking.
Attack!
And it's as easy as that. Okay, so this is us and this is them. So even Stevens here with the strength and morale. You can do hang on, I'll explain it in a minute. You can do auto battle, but I'm not going to do that. So that's okay, and that's the enemy. So he's linked with a heavy footman, so it protects him. And what we got? We got rebels, bowmen, and rebels. So we've got a bit more of a chance. Oh, and what's this? Oh, hang on, I didn't realise that was in their strength. So that's their strength, 74%. So I'm going to go for tutorial because I don't want to lose miserably. And I've done this bit. Not all of it, just a little bit. Where I got completely confused considering a tutorial is supposed to guide you into the game.
Your first task is to defeat the rebels who won't accept you as their king. They have burned down the village and set up their camp around the old keep.
Okay, so let's just pause here for a minute while I look. That's what we got. This is the map, obviously, and that's okay. And that's the heavy footman. You can see the little staminas there and the archery thing there. And then we have these. This thing here is the bit I'll explain in a minute. But what you can do, you can increase the game speed here. You'll see why. And to move is WSA and D, and you can rotate using Q and E, and you can scroll up and down. So if you want to zoom in and you're just curious what they're doing. Oop, sorry about this. There is another way of doing it as well. I can't remember how you do it now. Hang on a sec. There's another way of doing it, I damned if I know how you do it. But we'll just do it this way. Okay, so we're going to move them up to this bit here.
Infantry.
Oh, it's right click, sorry about that. I'm left clicking. There they go. You can speed up the movement. You know? They're my... Shows what they are there. So we're going to the foot. Whoa, a second. It's not easy to figure this out. There is another way. Let me find out the other thing, how to do it.
The rebels are guarding the river, and they have brought archers with them. Kill them all. Use your spell, the Fog of Avalon.
I'll get to that in a second. They won't fire yet. There was a way of moving around. I think it was towards the end of this damn thing. Right, so they're just loitering there. Just bear me a second while I just scroll down this guide, because it's not the most easiest of guides to read. But there is a way of... I should have looked at this before. Right, here we go, cannon controls. You can... Oh, not so this shit. So, what it's talking about, the Fog of Avalon, is this thing here. Now, I'm assuming this is where your spells are. There's your fire at will. Now you have your horde and your array. Now, horde... I wonder if I can search for it in here. I can do. Horde. So, the horde is... I'm just searching in my PDF here. Good defense against archers, small melee attack and defense bonus for all units, very weak against cavalry charge, fast movement. And that's a horde. And then the close array is the first row gets medium bonuses for attack and defense, medium defense against cavalry charge, easy target for archers, fast movement. So I'm going to keep it as it is for the moment, and I'll probably lose miserably, but I'll try and show you what I did. So there's the Fog of Avalon. I want to get them up there. You can zoom in. Now they do also don't know why they're not attacking that. Oh, there they go. They've killed them all, so now they're attacking them. I don't know if you can click on each one. It does kind of show you. Then these lot just come running over. I assume when that flag goes, they're all dead. Oh,
The rest of the rebellious army awaits you at the
I haven't got this
Orange
far
Tower.
yet.
Destroy them all.
and this is the tutorial. Killed all them. So
Infantry.
the hell's a wedge?
Infantry. Infantry. Infantry.
Now, if you hide these guys in trees, they can't see you apparently. And that's where you really want to get, is you want to get them into trees.
Infantry.
Shit in hell.
Infantry. Infantry.
Right, let's get them over there. I haven't done this. This is all new to me. Right. So we can zoom over. So there they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send some over. Some into the trees there.
Infantry.
Right, they're off over that way. You don't have to select them all by looks of it, because I'm not selecting all of them. Don't have my Sword of Avalon or whatever. There's attack, stop and hold. Oops, sorry about that. I'm not used to my ankles. Ugh. Oh, there they are.
Infantry. Attack. Infantry.
Zoom down here.